Yeah. Okay.
All right, we're back. Episode 5. One of the weirder episodes, weirder in not a good way. All right, let's just get into it. So first thing that happens, Serene goes on a one-on-one date. I like her.
I love Serene. I'm keeping her in my top 4 or 5 or whatever we talked about last time. Like for sure.
She seems like they get along together too. She ended up getting the rose. I mean, it was just a normal date. They went and like did like carnival shit, right? So
everything about it was good and normal and like what I want to see on The Bachelor.
It wasn't weird. Yeah. It
was good.
It wasn't like forced, I guess is the word I'm looking for, right?
Yeah,
so it was just a normal date. Like
they mesh well, like you can tell.
Yes. So, I mean, there wasn't much there other than like it was a good date. They got along, and she opened up about losing people in her life, which was
sad.
Like never really. Yeah, I was gonna say it's never really like easy to listen to that shit.
No.
But I mean, props to her for going on a TV show and being able to talk about it. Like some people don't like talking about that stuff, but she
talk about it like without crying too. Like she was like, she had a strong, brave face about that conversation. So
for sure. So you have that. She gets the rose, like I said, and then from there it went to the rose ceremony. You know, we were left off with Shanae throwing
the trophy.
So the one girl set it into a pond too. It wasn't a pond. It was just, I said a pond too, but it was just like into the woods,
in the bushes. Right?
Yeah.
She threw it in the bushes. Yeah.
But we go to the rose ceremony. Clayton's a fucking moron. Like, that's just like, I've been sticking up for him, blah, blah, blah. You've been saying since day one, he's a douchebag. Not a douchebag,
he's an idiot.
Moron.
He's an stupid.
Idiot. And he is. So you have all of that, right? And he wants to talk to each group individually. Well, I guess Shanae and then the group date, right? He wants to talk to each.
Which, like, it's unfortunate that, like, again, these women have to put a whole nother night of a rose ceremony into talking about Shanae the entire time. Like, it's literally just giving Shanae what she wants. Like, I would be so fed up if I were those women. Like,
but also, why can't you talk to everyone in the same room?
I know. Well, also think about it though, because Michelle tried to do that last season and nobody spoke up. So like,
but these women have tried
people are way more comfortable talking one-on-one than in a group full of people. That's like group speak. Like you're getting up in front of a class and talking is how that is pretty much.
Disagree.
People don't.
I think
Michelle's season is the prime example when she addressed the entire group and all of them shut their fucking mouths and said nothing.
It was one time. So Shanae has done it each fucking week. I think if he did it the first time it happened, I agree with you. But they have put up with so much shit that I think he wasn't going to
address the group. I know.
But I think it's more on him. I don't think if people would not say anything. I think he doesn't want to because I think he deep down knows that she's just a piece of shit.
He's still talking about it to the women though. It's not that he doesn't want to talk about it. He's just spending all of his time talking about it to every single one of them. Like, it's stupid.
But Shanae can say whatever she wants and he doesn't go back and ask them if it's true or not, right? So that's the biggest problem in the situation. So Shanae makes up shit about it, like the girls were so mean to me, and that's why
what happened was he talked to everybody else and then he talked to Shanae, and then Shanae went and apologized to the group and did her whole little fake crocodile tear bullshit. So
I get that.
What happened was he got everyone else's side of the story, and then he went to Shanae, who he probably should have talked to Shanae first and then went and gotten everybody's side of the story, because
that's my point.
Okay, well, because she just sold herself again. Like,
that's my point.
That's my point.
That's my point, is when you divide the group, right? And he talks to her secondly, he now allows her
first.
Agreed. He now allows her to make statements or accusations or say whatever he wants, right? And no one has a chance to defend themselves, because she did say like the girls were being super mean to me, right? So if he talks to her first and was like, were you guys being mean to her that day? They're all like, what the fuck? No, we played football and then she came in. You know what I mean? So like, he takes what she says as final say. Now she did her, like you said, she did her whole acting and she cried and like A
Oh
lot.
my God, when she cried, I literally wanted to throw my TV. Like,
None of the girls believed her. Like, let's be honest. Like, they
no.
all were like, yeah, which they shouldn't.
Well, Susie, though, Susie, yeah, she was like, I mean, I appreciate the fact that you got up here and apologized and stuff like that. And it's like, that wasn't even an apology, though. Like, that wasn't even a real apology. And
I think
what I was
Susie doesn't
thinking,
like.
what Shanae should have done if she was genuinely sorry about what she was doing is she probably would have apologized to everybody individually, but she did what you shouldn't do, is just address the whole group as like a blanket statement. But it's like, you've impacted probably each of these girls negatively in their own individual ways. Like,
right.
She's never,
but what I was
never gonna do that.
What I was gonna say was that Susie, I don't think likes confrontation, right? So I think she was just like, if this could end by me saying this and we stop talking about it, I'll take that as a win for me, right? Because I don't like to see all this. But like in the end,
she got the rose.
She got the fucking rose. Lindsay, as you call her, Lindsay Wheeler.
I don't know why I came up with her last name.
I don't either. But Lindsay Wheeler goes home. The one chick who you said she's gonna bring, what would you say she's gonna bring back? And then I sent you that IG post where she was it body glitter?
Yeah, Sierra. Yeah, the one that was beefing with Shanae. Like, yeah,
Sierra goes home. They did show her interaction with Clayton, and she was like, "Don't be stupid. Pick a good girl. Pick someone that you're gonna be." That's
exactly what Clayton needed to hear, and he sent her home. Fucking idiot. He's so. And then stupid.
What'd you say? Lindsay supposedly said that when she was walking out, she doesn't support people who rip apart mental health.
It wasn't that rose ceremony. It was one before where everyone was, I think it was when shit first hit the fan after Cassidy left, and everyone was like, this girl is freaking like trouble, like she's problems. And then he started talking. Cassidy was the crazy one that she was like all buddy with. Shanae, Shanae is technically Cassidy 2.0, but like even worse.
True.
Honestly, Cassie didn't even get a chance to show her true colors, to be honest. But yeah, so there was a rose ceremony before where they were obviously all talking about it again. And he talked to everyone, and Lindsay came back out crying, but we never saw her conversation with him. We never saw what was said and what made her cry. And she was saying that it was because Clayton was saying that Shanae was calling them bullies and stuff like that. And she's like, I've never been a bully. I don't want him to think that of me. Like, she's stressed out. Yeah. And she was like, this is the thing, is none of us like her because she started going after Elizabeth having ADHD. Like, that's where we draw the line, and we don't have respect for that. But yet Shanae still got the rose. Like,
that's the thing, is like someone said it later in the episode where they're like, well, she keeps doing all these things, but then she gets rewarded with the rose and a lot of time with him. So it's like, when you keep allowing her to do it, why would she stop when she's getting rewarded for it?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I mean, moving on from the rose ceremony, they moved to Toronto, and
Gabby.
They basically get there, and Gabby gets the one-on-one,
which I also love her.
Yeah, I don't know. I like her. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not like sold on her as like anywhere close.
I love her for him because she also seems like a little ditzy. Like, it might just be because of her voice, and that might seem mean, but like Clayton is also like.
Well, she's even said she's like really awkward. You know what I mean? Like, she's said it. It's not like it's like mean to say about her, because she said it to him.
I think Rachel, Serene, and Gabby, who was Susie. Those four. Those are literally my favorite for him.
I thought Genevieve was up there, but after today, no, I don't know. But yeah. I mean, Gabby, she's like, for him, I guess, they seem like they'd be good together. I don't know. So like, she's a very nice girl. Nothing's really wrong with her. I just, for whatever reason, she doesn't do it for me.
I don't think she's gonna win. I think she's gonna make it far. Yeah,
I agree with that. She gets emotional. It was 2 one-on-one dates that got very emotional.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way. You know, she got emotional about all the stuff
You
with
know
her
what's
mom.
yeah, that I honestly was like kind of surprised by, because when you think about like girls, it's always like you have daddy issues, like me. And it's like
Yeah.
there are girls out here with mommy issues too. I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I have way more mom issues than dad issues across the damn board. Like, but no one ever
Yeah.
talks about that. Like,
Yeah, that's true. That's
you know,
true.
I was like, I respect that.
Yeah.
I can relate to that. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I have a relationship with my mom at this point, but like, it's not like, it's different, you know, it's
Yeah.
not probably like Gabby, when she builds a relationship with her mom again down the line, it's more like friends. It's not like a parent,
Yeah.
you know, you don't
Yeah.
trust them enough like
Yeah.
a parent, but she's still my
For
mom.
sure. For sure. Yeah, but then she gets the rose. Like you said,
Yeah.
you love her for him. I think they are a good pair for them too. I'm just saying, for me, she doesn't do it for me. But
Yeah.
like, I think she's gonna make it far too. He seems like her. And then we move on to the group date. Before we get to the group date, though, I thought it was hilarious how Gabby's like, "Yeah, now I'm the one stuck," because
That
it gets
was
it gets
so
announced.
funny.
It gets announced that it's a 2-on-1, right? So Genevieve and Shanae are going on a 2-on-1 date. And Gabby's like, "This sucks. Like, I am fucking stuck here with both of them all day." But group date, they go to a, I don't know, a bar essentially, but it's a roast day. And you know,
Marlena, is that her name? The Olympian? I think her name is Marlena.
She's hilarious.
Was so funny. I tweeted it last night. I was like, this roast solidifies even more for me how badly I want to be friends with this girl. Like,
she's hilarious.
She is
and
amazing.
She tweeted like, "I have a bunch that weren't released. Should I release them?" Like, yeah,
yes.
you should. Those were funny
I quoted
as fuck.
that. I was like, please give the people what they want. Like, we all want it.
And it's like, you know, if another light bulb needs to be off in Clayton's head, they all still roast Shanae.
Yeah, she wasn't even there.
She's not there. So
she's just like, that easy to roast because nobody likes her. She's that bad of a person.
But it's like if she's still getting roasted this badly, that means they all truly hate her. If 13 women hate her and she's the only one sticking up for herself, obviously she's the problem, right? Yeah. So it's like, if you need another light bulb to go off in your fucking head, Clayton, there's another one for you. But roasts were funny. Who was it? Susie went out at Mara.
I can't remember what she said, honestly.
She called her a cougar and called her old.
That's right. Yeah.
And then
Mara went after Sarah.
Was it Sarah called Mara old? My fault. Sarah called Mara old. And Sarah's the one who was on the group date when they were running around, right?
She had a one-on-one not that long ago.
Or the one-on-one when they were running
around.
Yeah. So Sarah called her a cougar and old, and then Mara went after her. First off, Sarah, if Mara's old, Jesus Christ, like 33 is now the new old. What are we doing here? First off. Secondly, she's a very hot fucking cougar. So thank you.
Sarah thinking that Mara is like that old just like shows how young Sarah is, because like the older you get, you're like 30-year-olds are just like us. Like, we really do not change that much past like 25.
If you're single, living in a big city who goes out, 26 and 32 are essentially the same age.
Yeah, no, exactly. They're the exact same thing.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So like, if I listened to that and I was Clayton, I like, that would be like, maybe she's a little too immature for me.
Maybe
like, if you
Sarah's
think 34,
the fetus,
that's what I'm saying. If you think 34 is old, like, honey, I'm gonna be like, Clayton's what, 28?
Yeah.
So like,
is he 20? Oh my god, he's 28.
But then Mara, like, it did piss her off, which I get, but like someone said before it happened, they were like, roasts are great and all, but like, no one can take it seriously, right? Like, this, because everyone's doing it to each other. The moment that you take it seriously is when you should stop, because then people get their feelings hurt. And Mara got really upset, and then she basically was just like, "Go home, bitch." Like,
yeah, that was a little aggressive.
Yeah, I was like, "Damn,
relax, Mara."
Your cougar instincts are coming out, right? Yeah. Like, what the fuck? But overall, overall, it was a good one. They ripped Clayton, which I thought was funny. I thought the one where it was like, "Do you kiss your mom with your mouth open or closed?" was funny. The one about bench warming was funny, and then the guy who they had like host the thing when he was ripping on Jesse Palmer, I thought was hilarious.
That was funny. Yeah.
He was like, "You didn't find love on the show," but so overall, I think it was a good group date. I think.
Yeah, with Shanae not there and all the women too, they were like, "We're so excited for Shanae to not."
But
be
roasts are funny too, though, right?
It also depends. It also, I think, depends on like the group you're with. Like all those women actually fuck with. I think all of the women actually are friends with each other, like generally speaking,
I think
because
Mara
they all.
Mara and Sarah might have. No, I'm saying they might have just not been friends that day, and they might not be anymore. But going into it, I agree. Yes,
everyone's in a unified front of fuck Shanae, so like we're all on a team. It's us against her. Like that's how it is.
For sure.
Like some girls are obviously closer with others than some, but they're all in a unified front for sure. Yeah,
they all can be left in a room together and be fine.
They can live together and not kill each other. Yes. Yeah.
So then it moves on. Rachel gets the rose at the end.
Which I loved because
I like Rachel
her.
too.
She
like her too.
I'm like I think she's gonna be like at least top 2. I think it might be like her and Susie, honestly, just from like that is of the 4, like Serene, Gabby,
they're
Rachel.
But my thing is like they're trying to throw us off with something, right?
No.
They keep showing you think it's just
because Clayton is stupid. They're not throwing us off of anything. Clayton is an idiot. You can tell who he really likes and who he really gets along with just from like the way he interacts with them. Like you can tell. Like
so
Marlena,
who do you think?
Marlena, he's not as tight with as he is with
100%.
Like you can tell these things. But Rachel is 1000%. He literally said that she is one of the women that he is thinking about multiple times. He's thinking of her most out of any of them.
Okay, so but listen, you think it's just like
a lot.
Serene, Gabby, Susie, Rachel, Sarah. Like that's 5 girls I think he has.
Not Sarah.
I think Sarah.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Okay, so take out Sarah.
Michael Whitfield. Think about this. Say you have 30 girls pining over you and your peen and your love and your attention and your attraction and shit. And you say that you are constantly thinking about one of them more than the rest. That doesn't have any significance to you. If there are multiple women going after you and you're really thinking about the one.
But you don't think you don't think Clayton's kind of stupid where he says that to some people?
No, I think he means that shit.
I think he does. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I think he does.
I just think that you think that the producers are trying to throw us off and you just refuse to believe that Rachel's going to make it as far as she is, but she's literally the most wife material on this show. She is the best person for Clayton.
That's not what I said. She is
going to be top 2. She is going to be top 2.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said I think she makes it very far, at least top 3, if not is the front runner. My point is
the front runner.
But you're not letting me finish. My point is that I think they keep showing the same fucking previews. I think so, like it's not what we believe. Do I think Rachel goes to the end? Yes. But what I'm saying is like I don't think it's necessarily who, like right now I would say Rachel and Susie 1, 2, right?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Yes.
Rachel,
I've said
Susie,
that
1,
a
2.
million times.
And then 3 could be Gabby or Serene, right?
3 and 4. Yes, that's what I said.
Okay. I think Rachel's the only lock. I think for some reason it's not gonna be.
That's what I've been saying. Rachel's the only lock. Yes, that is the only choice.
And I didn't disagree. You didn't let me finish. My whole point was
you were trying to say that the producers are trying to throw us off and you don't think that Rachel, she's gonna be top 2
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Okay, roll the tapes, roll the fucking tapes.
No.
You're gonna rewatch this later and you're gonna see you say, I don't know. I think the producers are trying to throw us off.
I did say they were trying to throw us off, but I was saying I think they're trying to throw us off because they keep showing the same fucking little previews where I don't
care about the previews. I'm just talking about the content of the show. I think that Rachel is a front runner. I don't care about the previews or anything like that. I think that Rachel is a front runner. Period.
I don't disagree with that.
I think she's going to, or I think she should win. And if she doesn't win, then I want her to be the next Bachelorette. Period. And I love
Nobody.
her. I love her.
Clayton doesn't. Clayton, the only person who should win is fucking Shanae. That's the only person Clayton deserves out of all these fucking women. So like
at this point, yeah.
Like no, like
I don't even
that.
know how these women are sticking around to deal with this bullshit. Honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the 2-on-1 date. We didn't really see much, right? We just saw the previews of next week. It's going to kick off the show next week. But a lot of the women who are talking, they're like, well, you know, if Shanae walks back in, that really hurts my relationship with Clayton, right? And as it should, right? Because if you keep having this person come around, it's like, well, you have horrible judgment. Like, what the fuck are we doing
Mara, though, too, because everyone was like, it sucks that Genevieve is like put in this shitty situation, you know, where she has to be like awkwardly like, why her? Like, you know, why can't you just take Shanae on a one-on-one and send her home? Like, for the love of God, Clayton, like, why are you doing this to any of these women? Like, it's ridiculous. But Mara was like, I think Genevieve is the woman to do it. And then, the one preview that Clayton straight up says to Genevieve, are you an actor or a liar?
Yeah.
Are you acting and lying or whatever?
That's because Shanae was telling him that she was packing her bags and he was acting blah, 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 blah. But agreed with you. Like, it's like Genevieve has been, all that has happened is Shanae hates Genevieve. So then she's getting wrapped up in all this, right?
Well, Genevieve has been the most vocal of the girls to like straight up tell Shanae to her face, like, cut the shit. We're sick of it. We're sick of it. I don't think Gabbys are definitely not confrontational. Is Susie. So is Rachel. Serene. Well, the other two, Mara,
I think the two got sent home. The two got sent home that I think were the other two confrontational. Lindsay and
Sierra.
Like those two were definitely confrontational, but they got sent home.
Yeah. All the rest of the women left though. Like they're just like, they're above it. They're just like, I don't even want to entertain this girl. But like I said, if I was in that house and I was living with a girl like Shanae, I would have been Genevieve.
Yeah, but at some point, I was gonna say, at some point you gotta have some pride, right? Like you gotta fucking stick up for yourself, because
that's what I'm saying. I would have
Shanae's just ripping on all you.
Like, I would have been sent out of that house I would have been canceled probably for the nasty things that would have come out of my mouth at Shanae.
Some of these girls, and what's gonna suck is like it's gonna happen to them, right? And then they're gonna feel super upset about it. But it's like you should have stuck up for yourself in the first place if Shanae continues to go. But like, you know, the more you sit back and let her just do her thing, like she's just going to come after all of you.
But the thing is the women, I feel like the women have been somewhat telling Clayton, like straight up, like she is a problem. And then the whole problem is then Shanae comes in and sells herself. And then he just believes everything. He literally treats Shanae's word like it's God's word. Like literally.
Sure. Well, like when he was talking to the girls and he was like, well, this changes things, but I do need to talk to Shanae first. It's like, why?
Yeah. Why?
Talk to Shanae.
Yeah, what do you think? She's just gonna tell you, she's gonna spin her own little web of lies around you, and you're just gonna be spun around all up in it and confused and like, I don't know what to do. Maybe I should give her another chance. Like, no, Clayton, you shouldn't. If literally a majority of the houses after this lady and they don't like her, like get her out. Like,
for sure, I agree 100% with you.
If there's one person everyone has beef with, you probably don't want to marry that person. Just saying.
When it's continuing and it's like bad shit, and she's like fucking,
she just gets more people hating her more every week.
Yeah, like, for sure.
Even in our living rooms, on our couches, watching it on the TV, more people grow to hate that. I wonder if she has any fans at all. Like, is her Instagram disconnected or something? Like,
if you're a fan of her, you gotta be just the biggest cunt in real life.
The people that are fans of her, like the people that are like the tribe of like cancel culture, they're like, we feel bad for Shanae or something, even though she went after her ADHD.
Because the cancel culture is like really big into like mental health and stuff, and she made fun of that. So I don't know if they're even would be on his side, right? So
she does have her Instagram.
Someone tried telling me, shout out Ryan Aronofsky, fellow coworker, he said that she looked like Sarah from Matt's season. I was like, don't disrespect anyone like that. Like, don't disrespect anyone like that.
Sarah dated G-Eazy, so like she's already echelons higher than Shanae will ever be in her life. I feel that like I can see kind of the similarities, but like just because I know Shanae, so like we know Shanae like that just from this TV show. We don't know her like that, but from what we've seen, we're like they're not even in the same category.
No, but they don't like. I looked at both Instagrams when he said that, and he was like, "All right, they don't look as much alike as I thought they did." Like it's a little bit, but like not that much. When you look at Sarah when she's like modeling, she's fucking head over heels. But like you said though, we don't know Shanae. But like honestly, I feel like how she is on this show is exactly how she is in real life.
I don't understand why you would go on the show and have yourself be recorded acting like a total lunatic. Like
if you're not one, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like she has to be. She has to be.
Victoria from Matt's season. Like she's definitely like that in real life.
I say all the time, I could never go on this show because I wouldn't be able to handle people like Shanae, and I would start acting like a lunatic. So I don't need to even touch that stuff.
Yeah, that's like a real world spiral effect, right? Like one person goes crazy, then everyone goes crazy, and they're like, I'm normally not like that. It's just they brought it out of me, right?
Yeah, but, I mean that happens so too.
But any other comments on the episode? Honestly, like they built everything up because they previewed the 2-on-1, and then it kind of sucked a little bit. Like next week's episode, especially if Shanae gets picked, is going to be like probably the best episode of the season.
I hope she doesn't get picked. Like, I wonder how much really, of this episode is going to be the 2-on-1 date, because I guarantee there's going to be it's probably like the first 45 minutes or some shit. I guarantee.
No, I bet it's like the first 25, 30 minutes. Maybe 45. Yeah.
Because they're going to be talking a lot, I bet. And if those Bachelor producers hold back content on me to help explain the situation, I'm going to be livid. Because I was
about to say, if they were smart.
Like we said, he commented or posted about the women tell all, and he was like, I have a lot of things I need to address, because I was like, is he never going to answer the question why he picked Shanae over Elizabeth? And he literally never did. Never. Not once.
He had like, I feel like these girls are going to like press him on those different things. Like, let's say he picks Shanae over Genevieve in this one. Like Elizabeth and Genevieve are going to be coming for Clayton's throat, like as they should be, right? And so it's like he's going to have to answer at some point. But like if Shanae gets picked right here, right, and she goes back home, Clayton literally, like I said earlier, only deserves Shanae. Like that's it. That is it.
That's what he deserves. Yeah. Even though I think Rachel deserves to win, but she probably deserves a much better man than Clayton. Yes. Because I love Rachel. I love her. Everything about her, like she seems like such a nice person. Like
I agree. She might deserve to win, but it's not necessarily a good thing.
She might need somebody a little better than Clayton as a husband.
Like everyone was like assuming maybe Elizabeth's the next Bachelor. I do agree with you. Rachel seems like the perfect next Bachelorette.
I saw something, I think like Nick Viall tweeted. Do you know who that is from previous seasons? Yeah. He tweeted, he was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Gabby was the next Bachelorette, which I could also see that too, because she's also like very, very nice. But she gives me
very who went home with Noah from Bachelor in Paradise?
Abigail.
She gives me very big Abigail vibes.
I don't even know who Gabby reminds me of. Abigail though seems like more like
she's
there, you know,
but like the way they
I'm not to say that Gabby's dumb, but like it's just that Gabby just like she seems like she's just in her own little world a little bit.
I gotta be honest, if she's the Bachelorette, I don't know if I could watch that for a season. That would be tough. But this is my last point. If the producers are smart, and you know, great numbers have been down this season, and we went into that last week, but like they were smart, they would give every possible thing that happened on this 2-on-1 date, right? Like this would be like everything. That's going to be the most interesting part of the whole episode.
That's the whole interesting part of this whole season so far, really.
Exactly. So like if they're smart, they would do all that. Any last words from you?
I just want Rachel to win. That's it. I love her. And I wish I could be friends with Marlena.
Yeah,
I
she seems
really,
cool.
really wish I could just like
I
drink
don't
a
think her
beer with
name's
her.
Marlena.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Google
Marlena
it.
got sent. Marlena was a girl and got sent home.
No, she's the
Hold on.
Olympian. Yeah, that's Marlena. Yes, it's
Is it? But
Marlena.
wasn't there another girl named Marlena?
No, it might have been something close. Like there's Mara.
No. Who am I thinking of? Let's see.
Marlena,
Hold
though,
on.
that she is someone I want to see her on Paradise too.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say though.
Like
If
desperately.
Does get sent home, hey,
She's for sure on Paradise.
that's what I
Yeah.
was just about to say. Book your flight to wherever Paradise is
I
because
think
you are number one,
I
numero
think
uno
this,
contestant.
yeah, this whole scandal, just like Elizabeth, if Elizabeth isn't the next Bachelorette, which honestly though, Colton was on Bachelor in Paradise before he did his.
Melina.
Melina was another one.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right. Marlena, you're right though. But
yeah.
sorry, cut you
No,
off.
like if unless Elizabeth isn't the Bachelorette, then she's for sure going to Bachelor in Paradise.
Yes.
Genevieve also is for sure going to Bachelor in Paradise.
I don't think Genevieve has any chance of being Bachelorette. I don't think she's Bachelorette material. I
No,
think
yeah,
she's
I
awesome
agree.
though. But I also think if
She's
she's in
great for Bachelor in
Paradise,
Paradise. Yeah.
if she's in Bachelor in Paradise, like she is number one target
Yeah.
for a lot of
She's
people there.
hot. Yeah.
She's hot as fuck.
Yeah. I
I'd
just want to
sign
be
up.
friends with her because she's hot.
I would love to take her out. She's hot as hell. But yeah, Elizabeth is like she definitely wants more, right? So if she's not the
You can
Bachelorette,
tell, yeah.
she's for sure like her Instagram is just blowing up the past few weeks. Like
Yeah.
she is for sure trying to do something more. So she's either Bachelor in Paradise or gonna be the next Bachelorette. I do agree with you. I think Rachel, like Gabby, yeah, but I think Rachel, like more people would watch. Like I think Rachel would be
Rachel
number
would
one
be
choice
an
from this season.
awesome Bachelorette, but also like I really I don't know why, but they are like they're just so perfect together, which is upsetting for me to even say, but it's just the truth. Like if you watch them on the TV, you're like these people fuck with each other. Like
If
you can tell there's just
if
different with
you
them than
really
anybody
loved
else.
if you really loved Rachel, you would say she doesn't deserve or Clayton doesn't deserve her.
He doesn't deserve her, but I mean, whatever makes her
You want her to
happy.
find love, or do
Whatever
you want
makes
her
her
to get
happy. If she's in love with Clayton, I'm in love
no
with that.
fucking
If they, you know
way?
what? If they win and they successfully, get married and the whole shebang, that would be amazing. Rachel is the kind of girl that I think like she's just like the commitment, like she's ready
Yeah,
to settle
she's a
down and
wife.
stuff. Yeah,
She's a
I
wife.
love her. I love her. I love
So you
her for the
finally gonna
show.
admit that Thomas and Becca, they're all right?
No, I'll never admit that ever, ever, ever,
Twice.
ever, 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 ever. I do not trust Thomas as far as I can throw that motherfucker, which isn't far because he's huge.
All right.
So,
Well, that wraps it up.
fuck Thomas and fuck Thomas. I like Becca.
We'll see
right.
everyone next week.
Peace.